So what if the next giant leap for AI isn't really about getting better at talking, but about getting better at thinking? That's what we're digging into today. There's this radical new idea coming out of Meta AI, and honestly, it could completely flip the script on everything we thought we knew about models like GPT and Llama. All right, let's dive in.
It all really boils down to one big question. Are the AIs we interact with every single day, are they actually intelligent? Or are they just, well, really, really good parrots? This question right here is the absolute core of the massive shift we're about to explore. Okay, so before we can even begin to understand where AI is going, we've got to get a good grip on how it works right now. And for the big models you've heard of, well, it all comes down to one simple single thing: prediction.
Right, so basically, the models we use today, like GPT and Llama, they build sentences just one piece at a time. Kind of like they're laying down train tracks, one section right after the other. They look at what they've already written, and then they make their best guess for what comes next. The fancy term for this, if you're curious, is auto-regressive.
Let's make this super simple. Imagine the sentence, "My name is Arohi." To get there, the AI first predicts the word my. Okay, easy enough. Then it looks at my and predicts name. Then it looks at my name and predicts is. You see the pattern, right? It's just this constant, one after the other chain of predictions over and over.
But as you can probably guess, this word-by-word method has some pretty big problems. Think about it. If you're only ever guessing the very next word, there's just no way to plan ahead. You can't form a whole thought. This makes the whole process really slow and, frankly, super expensive to run. But the biggest issue, the real kicker, is that it's a system built on the rules of language, not on a genuine understanding of actual ideas.
And this is where AI legend Yann LeCun comes in with a really powerful point. He basically says, look, real intelligence isn't about being the world's best at a word-guessing game. No, it's about fundamentally understanding the world around you. I mean, think about it. Language is just the tool we use to share a thought. It isn't the thought itself.
So what's the alternative? Well, this is where Meta's new approach comes in, and it is a total game changer. They're asking, what if, instead of just predicting the next word, an AI could first form an entire idea in its mind and then figure out how to put it into words? I mean, basically, what if it could learn to think before it speaks?
Okay, so this new approach has a name, and it's a bit of a mouthful. It's called VL-JEPA. I know. But the important parts are VL for vision and language, and this next bit is absolutely key. This model is non-generative. That means its job isn't to create text or images. Its only job is to understand the deep meaning behind what it sees and reads.
Let me say that again, because it's the whole shebang right here. VL-JEPA is built to learn what something means, not just how to stitch together the right words to describe it. This is a massive shift, moving away from language and straight into the world of pure concepts.
All right, to really wrap our heads around this, let's imagine two completely different worlds, or spaces, where these AIs operate. Think of a space as like an invisible map that the AI uses to file away and organize all the information it knows. So, today's LLMs, they live in something called token space. On their map, everything is organized by words, by grammar, by punctuation. The entire point of this map is to figure out how words relate to each other, also can make that perfect guess for the next word in the sequence. But VL-JEPA, it operates in a totally different world called semantic space. And here, the map is completely different. It's not organized by words at all. Nope, it's organized by ideas. It puts things together based on their actual meaning. So, for example, on this idea map, the sentence "a dog is running" and "a puppy is playing" would be placed right next to each other. See? They use different words, but the core concept, a young canine being active, is super similar. But a sentence like "a car is parked," that would be way, way over on the other side of the map, because the meaning is just worlds apart.
Okay, so let's just put it all side by side to make it crystal clear. You've got token space, which is all about grammar, word order, and predicting the next piece of the language puzzle. And then you have semantic space, which cares about the entire idea, the meaning, and it pretty much ignores the exact words you use. It's really the difference between thinking in language versus thinking in concept.
So you're probably wondering, where is all this heading? What's the end game here? If you can build an AI that thinks in concepts, what do you get? Well, the ultimate goal, the big vision, is to build what Yann LeCun calls a world model.
Now, this is super important to get. This new approach does not mean we're throwing out models like GPT.
Not at all. Instead, it completely changes the job description. They go from being the star of the show to being a really, really important supporting actor.
And the payoff here is potentially massive. I mean, when an AI can operate in this world of pure ideas, reasoning just becomes faster and way more efficient. The models themselves don't have to be as gigantic. And maybe the coolest part? It's just so much closer to how we humans think, right? We get the idea in our head first, and then we figure out the best words to explain it.
So it all comes together in this new vision for how AI should be built. Think of it like a two-layer system. On the bottom layer, the foundation, you have something like VL-JEPA. This is the reasoning engine. It's quietly building this deep internal understanding of how the world works. And then, sitting on top of that, you have the LLM, which acts as the interface, the mouthpiece, if you will. Its job is to take that deep understanding and translate it into a natural conversation with you and that leaves us with a pretty mind-bending final thought. For years, we've been focused on teaching AI to master our language. But what happens when it goes beyond that? What happens when it starts to truly understand our world on a conceptual level, way beyond just parroting our words? Just think, what kind of future does that unlock?